video. As you can tell by the thumbnail, we're going to be going over a Minnesota Vikings preseason preview. If you haven't, check out all of our other ones. We got quite a few out now. But for you, Vikings fans, Skol! We got one for you guys here. Basically, what a preseason preview is, we're going to be going over free agency moves, offseason moves, and all that stuff, and draft, and then coaching changes if there were any, and kind of what your guys' team's looking like for next year, what we're thinking, what we're feeling, and then if you guys want to hop down in the comments below and let us know what you guys are thinking, we greatly appreciate that too. But before we get into the full preseason preview, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on so you're notified anytime that we upload a video. And that's about all there is to that intro. So let's hop right into it. And as we like to always do, were you gonna say something?
Starting off.
Oh yeah.
Starting off with the
What
you were getting into it.
Yeah.
I froze.
What we always do is we go over last year's stats. These are via PFF. So take it for what it's worth. If you like PFF, good for you. If you don't, good for you. Doesn't matter. You guys were 8-9 last year. 14th ranked in points scored and 24th ranked in points allowed. So it's okay. It's okay. Except for the points allowed. A little high. But
Funnily enough, you guys scored 425 points and you allowed 426, and your guys' record was 8-9, just one off each time. It's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm. So, but PFF for overall team grade, he had you guys at 15th. The 11th ranked offense, and then the 21st ranked defense, and 11th ranked special teams. So, offense, good, obviously, with the pieces you guys know that you have. Defense, a little lackluster, but kind of worked on that in the offseason a little bit. Got some pieces, got some people in the draft, and special teams, they matter. Maybe you guys can get a good kicker for once. But I think they might have found one. I think they've had the same guy for 2 years now, so he must actually be all right if he's still on the team after 1 year. So good for that guy.
Interestingly enough, no one denies the talent that the Vikings have, right? They have a great squad. They got some good weapons, got a good elite running back, elite wide receiver. And I think that this coaching scheme that we're going to go, coaching switch up that we're going to go over just right now is actually going to be a huge help. The GM, Rick Spielman's gone. They brought in the Browns front office member. Geez, I'm sorry, it's late, guys. Fumbling over words. Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah. He's coming over to the Vikings. He's an Ivy League educated guy. Economics was his major. That's all he's done. He built a career on Wall Street before he came into the NFL in 2013. And he is analytics and traditional football. Hopefully they're working in tandem. I mean, it's been doing good in Cleveland. That's how it's been kind of going on. So hopefully they can bring that over and help you guys out in that aspect. And then, Mikey, you can go ahead and take over with the head coach. And
oh, shoot. The head coach.
Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, Kevin O'Connell. He was the Rams offensive coordinator.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I skipped way down in something. Yep, Kevin O'Connell in. Mike Zimmer out. Get him out of here. Yeah, the guy that's not particularly interested in seeing Kellen Mond play football.
Or Kirk Cousins.
Or Kirk Cousins. Yeah, he was something else. But yeah, obviously we know what that Rams offense was all about with Matt Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Van Jefferson, Odell, Cam Akers, who was their other? Henderson Jr., I think, or something, was their other running back. But they had a solid offense, as we know, from the Super Bowl and everything. So very offensive-minded guy coming into the Minnesota Vikings, who already have a good offense and can continue to build on that. And yeah, I think that's going to help him out tremendously, actually. I think it's going to be way better than Mike Zimmer. Get that grouch out of here. Kevin O'Connell in here. He had an interview with Pat McAfee, I believe, a few months ago or something. I think it was Pat McAfee.
I think you're thinking of I think you're thinking of Mike McDaniel.
No, I swear he had one with Pat McAfee as well. Maybe not. I don't know. I saw some interview with him. I can't remember who it was with, but dude's a very nice guy. Seems like he wants to be very involved, which you obviously should be as a head coach. But it's also good to see that they want to be involved as the head coach and everything. And looks like he has good schemes going and can hopefully keep things trending upwards for the Vikings. So it's a very solid pickup.
There's like a 17-minute interview, but it's not with Pat McAfee. But I know what you're talking about.
What was it on?
It was on YouTube, it was CBS.
Oh,
Probably just played while you're working or something.
yeah, I thought it was Pat McAfee. Whatever, doesn't matter. Still seems like a nice guy.
Long day. It's a little bit of a long day for us here.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the most coaching, the important stuff. Obviously, different changes in staff in the offense, defense, special teams. But
Yeah.
getting to the free agency part, Xavier Woods, safety, he's gone. Tyler Conklin, gone. Anthony Barr is still unsigned. Nick Vigil, gone. Sheldon Richardson, I think he re-signed. If I'm vaguely remembering. Griffin is still unsigned. Mason Cole is gone. Michael Pierce is gone. And we'll throw it up on the board. You can see all the other guys on there. Nothing too major. Additions. I thought they did a very good job. Zadarius Smith, the edge rusher from Green Bay, they pulled him over. Great pickup. Good defensive tackle getting brought in, and Harrison Phillips helped stop that run that you guys were struggling against last year. Good linebacker in Jordan Hicks. Jesse Davis is coming over. Chris Reed did a good thing, and then you can see everybody else that's got added on there. We don't need to mention it. You guys can see it. Nothing too major. And then other good transactions. Extended Kirk Cousins for another 2 years for $80 million. That's just so much money. Thinking it's just crazy. Can you imagine making $40 million in a year? My goodness. Adam Thielen, they restructured his deal to help out with the team a little bit because you guys were a little tight on cap space. They re-signed their punter and kicker, and then they re-signed the veteran corner, former All-Pro and Pro Bowler Patrick Peterson. So nothing like too big, but they brought in good pieces when they needed to, with the limited amount of cap space that they had. And then getting into the draft, Mikey, take it away.
Well, the Vikings, if obviously Vikings fans remember, but if anyone here that is watching that isn't a Vikings fan and doesn't really know, they kind of had a weird first round of a draft. Traded all the way back with a division rival, all the way back to 32 from 12. They did get obviously the 32nd pick, gave up their 12th and their 42nd for a second 34 and third 66th overall pick. So, I mean, you traded back 20 spots, and I mean, is it worth it to trade back the 20 spots and get a second and a third with it? Maybe, but I think you could have used that 12th overall pick to get someone that can become that star-studded guy in your defense. Not saying that who you guys picked here at 32nd, Louis Cine, can't become that star-studded guy, but I think you could have maybe have gotten a little bit better out of the pick. Louis Cine, he's a good player, obviously safety out of Georgia. Georgia had that really good defense last year in college. Really good, and he was a big part of that. He was that lockdown safety, could do it all basically. So maybe he can do it all. Getting paired up with Harrison Smith back there.
Shameless plug. We talked about that trade in one of our videos on the recap. There's like a point system that teams use for trades to like evaluate like how much a player is worth and how much a draft pick's worth, and like you like the buffer points, like you want to be plus minus like 20 points. And the Vikings trade with a division rival, the Lions, who got Jamison Williams with that pick, was like a negative like 200 something trade. It was like some ridiculous number. I don't understand it still, like at all. But hey, You literally could have gotten Kyle Hamilton at that point. Like you didn't need to trade back, but you guys do need capital for the upcoming future. That's fine.
Hmm.
Um, just thought it was an interesting move, especially since um, Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, he is supposed to be more analytical. And that trade, is that analytic thing that they use, and it was just a negative 200. But maybe he just really values that extra capital later on.
Hmm.
It's interesting,
And
but
then the Vikings once again traded back with the Packers from 34 to 53, and then also got the 59th overall pick, which the Vikings then traded again to the Colts to move up to 42. They traded their third overall pick or third round pick for that second and a fourth, and with that second, with that the 42nd overall pick, you guys picked up Andrew Booth out of Clemson. So kind of
I like it too.
addressing the corner situation there in Minnesota. Andrew Booth played in the SEC. Uh, Great open field
No,
tackler. No, SEC. Got
ACC.
ACC. Sorry. Good lord. I was thinking of the other orange team that's in there. Tennessee.
Man,
Sorry.
sorry, buddy.
But yeah, Andrew Booth, though, he's a good player. He's a good open field tackler, good at man coverage. So we'll see how that can translate to the NFL. Still be good at open field tackling and whatnot. That usually doesn't go away. So, and then an offensive guard in Ed Ingram out of LSU. There's your SEC guys. LSU a little bit lackluster since the leaving of or departure of Joe Burrow, but SEC
Yeah.
guys. So they're usually pretty good. And then in the third round, you guys picked up linebacker Brian Asamoah out of Oklahoma, which is it's a good pick. He's an athletic guy, very quick and whatnot. Um,
Sir.
can't remember. I think nah. He's a solid guy, serviceable for sure. Not amazing. He's very athletic. That's his main focal point. He's very very fast. Can get
Yeah.
sideline to sideline, but he's kind of average at everything else. So maybe you guys can develop him. And Hendricks or Kendricks, is that their linebacker that they have with the dread or
No,
the
I don't. Yeah, Kendricks and then Anthony Barr.
yeah
And Anthony Barr
Kendricks.
is still unsigned. And
Yeah,
Anthony Barr is similar to like Brian Asamoah, skill set wise.
yeah, but Kendricks is pretty good. And then you guys again traded. You guys love. Oh, you guys traded so many times in this draft. It's hilarious. I want to go through these last ones fast.
Yeah.
So, in the fourth round, you guys got a corner, a Caleb Evans out of Missouri. Did a couple trades, did a couple things. In the fifth round, you guys got a defensive lineman in Aziz Otomio, Otomio,
Otomuyo.
whatever, out of Minnesota. Sorry for butchering his name. Then the fifth round again, running back Ty Chandler out of North Carolina. In the sixth round, you got an offensive tackle in Verderin, Verderin, Low,
Verter- Verterain? That's a name. Interesting.
Veteran Low, something like that, out of Illinois. A wide receiver Jalen Naylor out of Michigan State, and a tight end Nick Muse out of South Carolina.
So pretty big draft. You guys did a lot of trading back. Hopefully, like trying to pick up stuff for later on and trying to boost that team. Um, but overall, I'm excited to see what's going to happen here with this team. They're an electric off. They got an electric offense. I'm excited to see what Kevin O'Connell could do with that. I mean, I think it's going to explode this year.
Mm-hmm.
I have high expectations. The 1-2 punch with Dalvin Cook and Alexander Madison, former Boise State player, my boy, uh, one of my all-time favorite running backs. I'm excited to see. Like I just can't wait to see finally somebody let them like open up and like just let them play. Let's see what Kirk Cousins can do. Like let's see what a quarterback that has a coach that wants him and will let him open up. I want to see how good he can be. Um, but the extension kind of just proves that they're going with Cousins. And funnily enough, you guys are like 15th in a lot of stats and everything, and Kirk Cousins is the 15th best quarterback per QPR, kind of around that same range. So I think it kind of rise and dies with Kirk. Can he boost that team up? Um, and I think this is going to be you guys make the playoffs. I don't think that it's going to be another playoff list year for the Vikings. We kind of like to end our videos uh, based on like your record last year was 8-9. Do you think we're going to get better, worse, kind of stay the same? And I think the Vikings are going to get better. I think that they'll win 9 to 11 games is kind of my range for it. I just don't see how they can't with the talent they've got and a new coaching. I have good confidence in that coaching staff and the scheme that they're going to bring in. I think that they can do that.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. I think they can squeak into the playoffs. Not terribly hard in the NFC, but I mean, not to down talk the NFC by any means, but obviously compared to the AFC, it's a little bit weaker. But I think you guys can get that wild card spot for sure. Because I would think the Packers will take the division, but you guys will give them a run for their money, and you guys will for sure get one of the 3 wild card spots. So,
Um, and then why I think this coaching scheme just kind of like give it a boost. You guys had 8 one-score losses last year. You guys were 8-9, right? Like, if one of those games were flipped around, you guys made the playoffs. And when it's like one-score games like that, a lot of that time that comes down to coaching,
yeah,
right? I think that like even if it's just minimal upgrades, I think you can see that improvement. So I think that letting Zimmerman go and letting Zimmer go. Zimmerman's a center back for the USA. Um, I think that's a great addition. But if you guys made the end of this video, we do appreciate it. We appreciate you guys. Anybody that's already subscribed, we do appreciate that. Make sure you guys do like this video. Hit the subscribe button. Click that notification bell so you guys are notified when we make more videos. And Vikings fans, let us know how you guys are feeling about this season down below. Let us know if we missed anything. Love interacting. And stay tuned for more videos we got coming up. Other than that, deuces.
peace out.